Everybody, of course, it's your host Brink Young coming straight out of them South Memphis slums, and you are tuning in to the most award-winning independent talk show in the whole South, talking about none other than BrinkTv. Now, to not adjust your TV set, we got brand new faces kicking it with us on the icy white couch tonight, but these are actually legends. We're talking about legends, legendary group. We're talking about UTurn. How you guys doing?
What's up, Brink? What's up now?
First and foremost, I got to say thank you guys for being guests on the show. This really means a lot, man. Really means a lot.
Thank you for having us, Brink. Appreciate you.
Appreciate that.
We talking about 50 years. 50 years. We getting into my older siblings age group now, 50 years of UTurn. So you guys actually were started in 1975, correct?
Yes.
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
Well, let's go ahead and do a little housekeeping real quick. I want you guys to go ahead and introduce yourselves to the BrinkTv audience. Let them know individually who you are.
Gary GT Taylor.
Kenny Boy, one and only.
And Bobby John.
There we go. Like I said, legendary group, UTurn, accept no invitation. So let's talk about 1975. What was going on? What actually caused the formation of this group?
Started I was right out of high school. Goodwill Village, backyard.
Okay, so I understand that you guys were actually pulling out all of the stops. We talking about brooms. We talking about pots and pans. Determined to make a band. How did that go, Mr. GT? How did that go?
Well, it went pretty good until my mom found out we were bending her pots, picking the straws out of her broom. So we got scolded at, but we kept it going until she finally bought us some real instruments.
Okay, and of course, Bobby was walking by, caught a couple notes in the air, and decided, hey, I want to be a part of this, right? Is that how it happened?
Exactly. I was walking by and I heard music playing, as I was, walking by, and it sounded great, and some guys recognized me from that area and they said, go Bobby. That's all right. They knew about me too, that I played music also just as well. So I stepped up and I kind of heard them a little closer, and they were sounding real great. And I said, hey, I want to jam with them. That's the way I felt.
Yeah.
The feeling that I had in me, And I saw that they were still playing their little imaginary instruments and everything. Whatever they had. I said, I got a real instrument at home, though.
Okay.
I could be, I could bring it if, you don't mind, So they welcomed me, into their house, and we sort of got together and, we had a good time jamming, And our first ideals and stuff that we set forward going for our future was we were looking for as a goal to set in a life for us trying to be a better musician one day. Yeah. And we feel like, hey, Earth, Wind, and Fire can do it, Maze can do it, Prince can do it, so can we. We can do it. So, hey, we had to set our goals and move a little further too, and our goals are still set, dreams and hopes still, still our own, We still, trying to reach that goal.
Absolutely. And I love how you put it, still trying.
Still trying.
We're talking about 50 years later. What keeps you guys motivated at this point to continue reaching for it? Because success is always attainable as long as you're trying. But what keeps you guys motivated at this stage?
Mostly family and being close with each other, as friends, as we grew up from teenagers.
The passion, man. The passion of music. We love music, and that's what really keeps us going.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead, fast forward just a tad bit from 1975. We're talking about 1979, Stone Soul Picnic, over 15,000 people in attendance. Now, of course, I did the numbers on the Coliseum, the Mid-South Coliseum. It only holds about 10,000. So that means y'all actually did more than a Coliseum's worth of people. We're talking about arenas before arenas. How did that feel? Were you guys nervous at all or what?
It was great.
No nervousness. We were just seemed like we were just born to perform.
More excited about it.
We were more excited. The more people come, the more energy we had to put in the performances.
And that was actually covered. Was that the commercial appeal that covered?
That was the commercial appeal.
Well, how did it feel to be covered in our local newspaper? Because that's a major publication where we come from. How did it feel?
Exactly. That felt real good to me because I'd never been exposed in that fashion before. So that felt great to me.
It kind of helped us being well known, for its recognition, like we had just started on our feet, in music, and it was just exciting to us too also, and it helped us a lot, for its recognition the most. Yeah.
Just make you feel big time. You know, I was on a big platform. I'm up higher than everybody. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
So, hey, that's definitely available. Like I say, you can check it out on their Facebook. We will have the Facebook at the end of the interview, but we got to talk more about you guys as a group because, you know, you guys began, you know, emulating many major groups. Let's talk about some of those groups that you guys were emulating and listening to and covering as well.
Wow, Slave, Daz Band, Function,
Yeah, Earth, Wind, and
Lakeside.
Fire. You know, Bobby mentioned them earlier. Cameo.
Yeah.
You know, we emulated a lot of those groups.
A lot of more old school groups.
Even our local groups, Barcades. We also like Confunction. I would say probably we did a lot of Barcades covers.
Exactly.
So they kind of exposed us a lot too. We owe them a lot as well.
Absolutely. So let's talk about this one specific place that I would say elevated your careers. We're talking about Club Paradise.
Oh yeah.
Wow, back in the day.
Let's hear about it.
Back in the day. That started out with the owner of that place. His name was Sunbeam.
Okay.
And that place was a bowling alley.
Wow.
And they turned it into a nightclub that would seat 3,500 people.
Wait a minute, 3,500?
3,500. That was the largest nightclub in Memphis at the time. That one and Club Rosewood.
Okay.
And we played both of them. But we were such a good band. Sunbeam asked us to be the opening act. He wanted us to be the house band.
Yeah.
So we opened for everybody that came to Club Paradise. Everybody.
Now, off camera, you did mention you guys actually opened up for Ike Turner. We talking about the Ike Turner and the Ikets.
Ike Turner and the Ikets.
What was that night like?
Well, we were looking for Tina.
Okay.
But that was around the time they were doing their little fight.
There was a situation going on then.
They had a little
We don't wanna discuss
situation
that.
going
Yeah, they had some differences
So
going on. Okay.
Tina didn't
okay.
show up, but
Okay.
Ike and Ikets did. So we did that. We opened for them. We opened for Johnny Taylor. That was fun.
Oh, yeah.
Johnny Taylor was, we got some stories about him too.
Oh yeah.
Wow. And we also opened for B.B. King, Lil Milton, everybody that actually came to Club Paradise. Even Bobby Rush. Everybody was there.
Yeah.
We opened for him.
That's incredible. So, you know, to be able to have a location here in the city, to be able to, you know, create a phenomenon, which that's what you guys are. Like, I think it's incredible, but that also led for you guys to start touring, going all over the country. Let's talk about some of the places that you guys have been.
Wow, Mississippi, Oklahoma, Texas.
I mean, pretty much all of the college campuses. We were a college circuit band as well when we started touring. So we played on just about every college campus you can think of.
Yeah, we kind of like been around more of the Mid-South, you know, part of the, you know, more than anything, you know.
Okay. All right. So, of course, I got to know about those road stories. There's got to be some stories, you know. Being a group over 50 years, man, it has to be some funny stories from the road, man.
Yeah.
Charles, the real.
Yeah. Guys getting into it over nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, riding in a little tight. Confinement. Yeah, so if it's any little scrap, you know, everybody's in it.
Yeah.
So we had some of those.
Everybody tight.
It was the Twilight Zone. Yeah,
Trying to break
it
up
was.
fights between us and all of that stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah. I remember off camera you told me about a specific story where I think you say it was in Paris, Tennessee.
Paris, Tennessee.
What happened in Paris, Tennessee?
Yeah, our manager had got this promoter or whatever, and at the end of the show, it's time to collect.
Yeah.
You know, time to collect. The producer didn't have the money.
Wow, the promoter. So he was a janky promoter, basically.
Yeah,
That's
he
exactly
didn't
what
have
it
the money,
was.
so he wanted to get taken up the street to pick it up somewhere.
Yeah, he should
Yeah.
take him to the bank. He was going to
Yep.
get the money from the bank since, you know.
Yeah.
But we stopped at the Sonic, and when we made that little stop in less than 30 seconds, he bailed out on us.
It was
Took
all
out
over.
running.
Started running.
Took out
was all
running.
over
We
then.
running behind him.
Yeah.
Man. We gets in the middle of a field somewhere, and all we hear was a boom.
Wait a minute, he started shooting at y'all?
No, he didn't shoot.
Okay.
The people that
The people property
Property.
they were on. They were running through their yard,
Yeah,
So
I
we
think some
talking
little,
about-
little trespassing was going on then.
We talking about late night in Paris, Tennessee.
Yep.
Yes.
Pitch black dog.
Pitch black dog. You hear a boom.
All we heard was a boom. What are you guys doing out there?
Oh yeah, it's time to go. It's time to go.
That's hanging time.
Right.
Gilmore yard.
Exactly. But of course, that actual show, it went well though, right?
Well, the show was fine.
Yeah.
I think that show included Ann Peoples.
Wow.
Yeah, we were touring with Ann Peoples. I don't know if she got her money or not either, but she may have. We didn't get ours.
Hey, it's definitely a lot of stories we could talk about, but let's go ahead and talk about you guys' brand new single right now. We're talking about "You Turned It" featuring Chris J.
Yes.
It will be available real soon. Let's talk about that song.
Chris J, our little brother. Yeah, you turned it. We just got in the studio. Matter of fact, Chris did the writing.
Okay.
On the spot. Just let's where we going. Okay, you turned it. He went verse for verse.
Yeah.
And the meaning of that song is, you're if you married or if you get a significant other, that means she changed your life. She turned your life around.
Yeah. Hey, it's definitely a beautiful song, and I can't wait for you guys to hear it. It will be coming soon. But let's talk more about like working with Chris J, because like you said, that is family. How has that been? Because I think it's phenomenal to have, like such a talented, ensemble.
Yes.
I'll tell you, Chris is a great guy to work with also. Or is in the studio too also. He's very, creative also. And he's family, just as well.
Yeah. A lot of Chris talent and our talent came from our mother.
Okay.
Her name was Clara Johnson. Everybody knew her as Duke. Mm-hmm. She was a gospel artist.
Okay.
But she could sing the phone book. Whatever you give her to sing, she could do it if she wanted to. So she was very talented herself. She taught all of us.
Taught us about harmony.
Yeah. She
Tone,
sure did.
Voice tone, everything.
If you got pictures, she let you know.
Yeah. So go
She
ahead.
would hit him upside the head, with a newspaper if they didn't get it right.
She was actually instrumental in you guys' first studio recording, correct?
Exactly.
Let's talk about that.
Well, we did that at our church.
Okay.
At that time was Thomas Chapel. The pastor was Hubert Sanders Jr. And that was the first recording that we ever done.
Yeah.
It was done on a reel-to-reel.
And I challenge my viewers to Google that to know what that is. I know, but look it up. Yeah.
So that was fun. When you're doing a recording like that, you can't go back and stop and change I missed that lick or anything like that. You can't do that when
It's
you
a
record.
done deal on that one.
No, it's done. So, it was an experience for us. It taught us a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I wish we could have changed something back then, because I got to tell the story about my foot pedal.
Yeah.
If I'd have thought to oil it before we
Yeah, you
record,
need some WD-40
the
on
whole
it.
recording, all you heard was squeeze.
Well, it was funny.
Yeah. So that's basically a part of the percussion. We'll just say that. It helped make it, fatter. It helped the
We
sound.
put that in the record
That
purposely.
fat screech sound.
There you go. So how could we describe an actual studio session with you guys these days? Like how would you talk about it?
Well, it would probably be like maintaining more, and focusing on a lot of, creative stuff.
Okay.
Original style, and that's our goal. Really,
It's a lot of fun in the studio.
And
We have
it's
a lot of fun.
definitely a lot of fun.
Challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go back and say, okay, I want to change something there. That's the fun part about it to me. If you say, oh, I don't like that, I can go back and do it again.
Yeah.
So that's what I like about it.
Yeah, that's the best thing about it. Yeah, because you will make mistakes in the studio.
Oh,
just-
yeah,
Oh,
of course,
yeah.
of course. When you make mistakes live, a lot of time nobody know it but you.
Right. Yeah.
The band members say, ooh, so we know.
Or even sometimes a mistake will sound good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you say, hey, keep that. I like that.
Yeah. And that's something that kind of happens with you. You'll be in there, playing
Right.
some licks, and
Just
then
be
you'll
playing-
stop.
Right.
And then what happens after that?
And the technician, he would tell me, the producer would tell me like, hey, I like that.
Yeah.
Let's try that again. I said, like what? what did I do? I'm kind of like surprised. You tell me what did I do, and I play it back for you.
Yeah.
You know? And I like it just as well as you like it.
Yeah.
And that's our main, stuff that we do in the studio so far. Just be more creative.
Yeah. And I think it's incredible. We were talking off camera, and you guys told me that you guys were basically self-taught. Like there were no lessons or anything.
No. Just a gift, man. It was a straight up gift from God, man, because I never had any lessons. How I actually learned my notes on the bass guitar, Bobby just drew a chart with all the notes on it, and he told me, say, just study that chart. And then he could tell me, say, hey, B flat. I know where B flat is because, I've studied that chart. That's how I learned my notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was more like a teacher to my bass player.
You want to take the credit for that? You were.
But the good thing about it, he was learning fast.
Yeah,
I like
that's what I like about it. He was picking up real fast. And I was kind of like more musical inclined, by my mother and
your mother being a piano player.
Piano, she was a musician just as well, and I kind of like inherit that from her. And we just keep on doing what I'm doing, Yeah,
and Kenny was the drummer.
Yeah.
I learned from old school drummers. We go hear older bands play, and me and Gary would sit around and watch so long till they just get tired of us looking at them.
And they say,
"Come on,
over
go sit down. Come on, sit down." They let me sit down, get Gary the bass. We just go at it.
Just go at it.
Yeah, that's how we started.
So let me ask you guys, like, as far as you three, in particular, like, which one has everybody laughing and rolling the most?
Bobby.
Oh, you told me
I think
out of you three, yeah.
I don't know, Bobby. I think Bobby Wayne. We laugh at him more.
Yeah,
he does things that's just out of the ordinary.
I'm a jokester.
Okay,
I can keep everybody laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this cat here, he's the real joker right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so out of you three, you on stage, which one the ladies going the craziest for though?
Ooh,
that's kind of like me, ain't it?
Well, okay, Bobby. Since we're gonna let you have that one. Yeah.
I would go out like when I perform. I'll go out and do something out of the ordinary, like he said. You know, I would try something I never tried before.
He played the guitar with his teeth.
Wow.
I mean, that was kind of stunts.
Yeah, he did.
With music, with the instrument that I play.
He know how to keep the audience.
And it seemed like the audience, they like it pretty well. So hey, I give them more of this stuff.
Yeah,
they want some more. Hey, I got some more for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing that's funny you guys told me off camera is that diversity in your music. But what was funny about it is you told me you actually be crowd surfing. Like you would jump out in the audience and everybody caught you every time.
Every time.
Never failed.
We doing the Van Halen jump.
We did those college circuits. They were wild. Those kids were wild. Most of them were football players.
Okay.
So they could catch him. He jump out there, man. You trust it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do it.
We'll pray for him though. Sometimes when he just jump out there like that. Me and Gary said, I hope he don't break his leg.
Some concerts we had.
Continue this show.
We had some at the casino. Bunch of guys was, they down there drunk. If you jump, we'll give you $40. I said, okay. Get ready to catch me.
I'm on the way.
I jumped to catch me.
He gonna risk his life.
They throw the 40 out.
Now, are you jumping at this stage of your career too, or what we doing?
Still jumping.
You still jumping.
Still jumping at 67.
Hey, KT is still jumping, so hey, y'all make sure if you at the next show when they play jump, you better catch Kitty.
Still gonna let him jump by himself.
We'll try to have some paramedics out there,
okay,
help him out.
All right, so let's talk more about, like I say, you guys. You have any performance regimen? Like, how does rehearsal go? How is a typical UTurn rehearsal?
It's fun.
Okay,
it is a lot of fun. We we probably do a little more bickering in the rehearsals.
Okay,
because all of us want to be perfect. Perfect about a song. So we probably do more arguing in rehearsal than we do anywhere else.
Yeah,
it's more learning, being enthusiastic about a lot of picking up a lot of different experience from playing, you know. And we get to see how the other musicians just as well, like the one we hired to come in to help us out.
Yeah.
And that helps a lot, you know. Yeah. It's just like a class. We're in class. We learning.
Yeah.
just like rehearsing. That's exactly what it is.
Hey, we got so much more to talk about, but we're going to continue this on Brink Radio, on the radio station. So go ahead, let the people know, in the Brink TV audience, your social media and how the people can access and check you guys out. And then we're going to switch over.
One UTurn Band, Instagram.
UTurn Band Memphis, Facebook.
Absolutely. So, of course, that's at the bottom of the screen right now for you guys to make sure y'all tap in with UTurn because they definitely turning things up. Now, like I say, it's time for us to go ahead and get on the radio. So don't you move. Matter of fact, you're going to have to switch channels, switch stations, but don't move.
Don't move.